Hello, and welcome to your birth control breakup crash course. My goal for this training is that you can walk away with a few nuggets to get you started in the right direction wherever you are in your birth control breakup journey, whether you're learning how to prep to come off, or if you've already quit cold turkey and you're experiencing symptoms that you're wanting to reverse. I know you're a busy lady, and I'm so proud of you for carving out time to sit here and watch this. I encourage you to stick around till the end because I have a little something waiting for you as a token of my gratitude for you downloading and watching this crash course. You can consider me your birth control breakup BFF. I am a registered dietitian with a private practice dedicated to helping women get to the root cause of their chronic gut, skin, and hormone symptoms. I'm also the creator of Birth Control Breakup Club, which I created out of my own struggle with post-birth control syndrome. I am the poster child for how not to break up with birth control. I made the mistake of quitting birth control cold turkey and then 3 to 4 months later experienced the onslaught of hair loss, weight gain, acne, and mood swings. After months of struggling with these symptoms and no help from my OB, I was basically forced to take healing into my own hands. That's when I discovered functional medicine and enrolled in graduate level functional medicine courses where I learned the incredible impact that nutrition and lifestyle have on hormone health. And now I've dedicated my practice to helping women balance their hormones from the inside out. This is what sets me apart from your doctor because doctors receive little to no nutrition education in medical school, and they truly don't understand the influence that nutrition and lifestyle have on hormone health. So first things first, let's talk about this post-birth control syndrome. It's what I like to call the hormonal shitstorm. And it is what happens when you quit birth control without the proper prep. Women typically experience the onset of this around 3 to 4 months post-birth control, and it can come in a myriad of different symptoms. The most common symptoms that I see are missing or irregular periods, painful cystic acne, hair loss, mood swings, and really stubborn weight gain. Now, the question is, why does this happen? And these are the things that we wish our doctors would have told us when we started birth control. Birth control works by shutting down your hormone production. So it shuts down the communication from your brain to your ovaries. So no natural hormones are produced, and instead you're being given synthetic hormones. So when you quit birth control, your brain and your ovaries have to relearn how to communicate to resume normal hormone function. Birth control also reduces testosterone while you're on it. So when you come off, it's like a spring is released and testosterone can rebound up, causing oily skin, acne, hair loss, all those annoying symptoms. And it's what we call the androgen rebound. Birth control depletes nutrients that are essential for egg quality, detoxification, and balanced hormones, and this plays a role in many of the post-birth control syndrome symptoms. Birth control also disrupts our gut microbiome and increases inflammation. I'm taking my 7 years of experience and the hundreds of women that I've helped to give you my top 3 steps for how to support your body post-birth control, no matter where you are in your journey. Step number 1 is nourishment through adequate calories and also strategic nutrient repletion through food and targeted supplementation. Eating enough food is the most foundational thing to support balanced hormones because we need energy to make and signal hormones. And without adequate fuel, our metabolism decreases. And when our metabolism decreases, gut and hormone symptoms increase. So we have to be eating enough food in order to support balanced hormones. Birth control also increases stress on the body, which causes us to burn through essential minerals at a very rapid rate. And it's known to deplete certain nutrients like B vitamins, magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin E, selenium, and zinc, all of which play important roles in metabolism and reducing inflammation and hormone balance. I really emphasize a food first foundation. So I teach you how to get these specific nutrients in your diet through nutrient focused food selection. But then we also use short-term targeted supplementation to really give these nutrients a boost. But the thing is, without the foundation of adequate calories and supporting your body with whole foods that support these nutrients, supplements aren't going to do a darn thing. So we have to have that diet foundation in place first, and then we can consider adding those supplements in. Step number 2 is blood sugar balance. The thing is, birth control increases insulin resistance because it increases inflammation and it makes the cell membrane more rigid and it makes insulin more difficult to act on the cell receptors. And birth control also depletes essential nutrients that are important for insulin sensitivity. A quick science lesson on what I mean by insulin sensitivity. So over here on the left, we can see normal insulin sensitivity and normal glucose function. So when we eat carbohydrates, the carbohydrate is absorbed into our bloodstream in the form of glucose, which are these purple dots here. Insulin is like a key that unlocks the cell door, this is the cell, to allow that glucose out of the bloodstream and into the cell and make energy. Now, on the right, we're seeing a case of insulin resistance, where we have all this glucose in the bloodstream and it's locked out of the cell because the insulin is not working on that lock. That door is remaining closed. The glucose is stuck in the bloodstream and it's unable to get into the cell where it's used to make energy. And the problem with high glucose in the bloodstream is that it really increases inflammation. Balanced blood sugars are so foundational to hormone health. So our adrenals, our thyroid, and our sex hormones all operate on a thread. And I want you to picture this as a three-legged stool. When one leg of a three-legged stool is shorter than the others, that entire stool is going to wobble. When our blood sugars are not balanced, this puts a lot of stress on our adrenal glands and can cause high cortisol. So picture that adrenal gland leg of your three-legged stool getting shorter and causing an imbalance in that entire ecosystem. Keeping blood sugar balanced has everything to do with timing of your meals and the specific balance of macronutrients at your mealtime. And this is exactly what I teach my clients how to do. Step number 3 is detox support. A lot of times when we think of detox, we think specifically liver. But your gut and your gallbladder also play really important roles in detox as well. And birth control does a doozy on the gut. Birth control disrupts the gut microbiome, or that balance of bacteria that we have in the gut, creating an environment for pathogens to overgrow. It can also lead to decreased nutrient absorption, increased inflammation, and also reabsorption of estrogen in the gut, which can lead to symptoms of estrogen dominance. I love this graphic here, which shows a healthy gut with good microbial diversity, with a nice thick mucous membrane, and the gut cells bound tightly together. Now, this is what an inflamed gut looks like, with low good bacteria, high bad bacteria, inflammation causing the tight junctions between these cells to separate, which allows these toxin-producing pathogens and food particles into the bloodstream, which causes a cascade of inflammation throughout the body. So supporting the gut is so important in your transition off of birth control. Now, the liver. The liver is where we process toxins and hormones. And the hormones in birth control are significantly more potent than the hormones we produce naturally. I want to get that point across, that the hormones in birth control are not the same as the hormones your body would naturally produce. They are chemical versions of those hormones that are significantly more potent and put an increased burden on the liver, meaning it takes more power and more nutrients to process those hormones than it does your natural hormones. And we also talked about how birth control depletes essential nutrients. I put stars by the nutrients that are depleted by birth control that are essential in the process of liver detoxification. So we can see how birth control puts a pretty big burden on liver detox. And then supporting the gallbladder is also very important because once the liver processes and packages up these toxins slide down the bile duct into the intestines where it is packaged up and excreted via poop. Now, the gallbladder is where the body stores bile. Bile is the substance that carries these toxins down the bile ducts into the intestines to be excreted. Because the estrogen in birth control is so much more potent than our natural estrogen, this makes our bile more sticky and sludgy, making it more difficult to carry down the bile duct into the intestines for excretion. So a little recap. Step number 1 is make sure you're eating enough food and focus on replenishing those nutrients that are depleted by hormonal birth control through a whole foods-based diet and targeted supplementation. Step number 2 is blood sugar balance to make sure that you're fueling on thyroid hormone instead of cortisol, keeping that three-legged stool sturdy to promote balanced hormones. Step number 3 is detox support by nourishing your liver, your gallbladder, and your gut so that your body has the tools that it needs to package up excess estrogen and toxins and send them out. Some frequently asked questions that I get. Number 1, how long should I prep for coming off of birth control? I generally recommend a prep time of about 3 to 6 months to promote the most seamless and symptomless transition possible. However, it's never too late to begin supporting your body through this transition. Late prep is better than no prep. Question number 2, what if I already quit cold turkey? What if you're already experiencing hair loss and acne and weight gain and period problems? Take a deep breath because these symptoms can be reversed through supporting your body in the way that I just mentioned. These steps that I just presented to you work both for preparing your body for the transition off of birth control and for reversing post-birth control symptoms. But remember, I'm your birth control breakup BFF, and friends don't let friends go through breakups alone. I know how confusing, frustrating, and overwhelming it can feel to be trying to DIY these pieces together yourself. So I created a resource called Birth Control Breakup Club, which teaches you the exact steps to take to support your body through your birth control breakup, no matter where you are in your journey, whether you're prepping for that transition off or you're already off and experiencing symptoms that you desperately are looking to reverse. Here's a little peek inside the portal. The course is broken down into 3 main modules. Module number 1 is Hormones and Birth Control 101. This module has 4 lessons where you can learn how birth control has affected your body, all the things that we wish our doctors would have told us, but didn't. This lesson sets the stage for how we're going to quote unquote undo the damage that birth control has inflicted on our bodies. You'll also learn how your hormones actually function. You know, the stuff that we should have learned in middle school, but didn't. You'll also learn the common post-birth control hormone imbalances and how we're going to avoid them or reverse them, and some non-hormonal birth control options for if you still need some sort of contraceptive. In Module 2, we'll get deep into the juicy action steps. In this module, I have 10 lessons where you'll learn the exact steps to take to support hormone balance post-birth control through nutrition, lifestyle, and short-term targeted supplementation so that you can avoid or reverse those nasty post-birth control symptoms. In module number 3, this is like bonus material where I'll teach you more specifically how to reverse post-birth control symptoms like hair loss and acne or missing or irregular periods. The ladies that have joined the club are loving the fact that they're going from a hormonal shitstorm to finally feeling empowered and in control of their health, feeling like they're not in it alone, feeling so much more empowered by information that their gynecologist never told them. Cassie said she wouldn't even go back if she could try to come off birth control without prepping with me because she was so afraid of the transition that it was going to be a nightmare, but because she prepped, it was so seamless and she learned so much about her body. Danielle was terrified that her hormonal acne would flare up after coming off of birth control, but her cycles are 28 to 30 days and she hasn't had any increased breakouts post-birth control. Morgan was so grateful for the clarity and direction that Birth Control Breakup Club brought her because there's so much mixed information out there and having a roadmap of what was needed was super helpful for her. Nikki quit birth control over a year ago and her transition was so beautiful that it wasn't even a blip in her memory. This is exactly what I want for you and your journey too, and I am here to navigate this with you so that you don't have to go through it alone. Your RSVP yes to Birth Control Breakup Club includes 10 plus on-demand video lessons to provide you those clear action steps for exactly how you're going to prep for your birth control breakup or reverse those bad breakup symptoms. You also get a downloadable cheat sheet bundle with hormone balancing recipes and snack ideas and additional guides to help you practice and apply the course material. For example, you get a blood sugar balancing meal blueprint to help you build your meals with confidence so that you can keep your blood sugar stable all throughout the day. You get a nutrient-focused food selection cheat sheet that you can print out to help you incorporate those foods that are rich in the nutrients that are depleted by hormonal birth control. You also get a supplement guide that gives you the few foundational supplements that I recommend and also additional supplements that you can incorporate based on your history and any symptoms you might be experiencing. But in my opinion, the best part about this program is that feeling of empowerment and sense of control over your health, knowing that no matter what comes up or what symptoms you're experiencing, you know that there's a solution and you have everything you need at your fingertips. The investment for this program is normally $147, but I did tell you there would be a special offer if you stuck around to the end. And I'm so grateful for you being here. So as a token of my gratitude, I'm giving you $50 off for the next 5 days, which means that you can get instant access to Birth Control Breakup Club for less than $100. We also have a payment plan option because I want this to be as accessible as possible to as many women as possible. The program is also HSA and FSA eligible if you have that available to you. So again, thank you so much for trusting me to give you these tidbits of information and spending this 15 minutes with me. I'm so grateful, and I am here to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions about the program, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram at JennyMahoneyRDN.